We're going with our gumption on this one. That was my fault. Change of plans. I got me some brasso. Should I be measuring with my heart? No. Will I be measuring with my heart? Yes, of course.
Feet up on the dash.
Hey, it's Mads, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you? You guys, look what I got. Isn't she beautiful? If you can't tell, this week we are redoing this coffee table. She is stunning, I love her. She definitely needs some work. A little backstory for you. My sister, this actually was her coffee table and she was just gonna dump it. Like she was just getting rid of it. She had bought it secondhand. So I don't know how many lives it's had, but I'm rescuing a rescue that was potentially a rescue. Do you know what I'm saying? Like she's been to a lot of homes and we're gonna see if we can give her a new one. And I think with a little spice, we can really spruce her up and make her look beautiful. I really just wanna see what I'm able to do with minimal tools, minimal supplies, and a budget. I don't wanna spend more than, I don't know, like $50 at max. I hope we can make that happen. I'm wanting to do this like on a strict budget. The coffee table itself is actually in pretty good condition and I do like the style of it. There's nothing about this coffee table that I would change in like its bones. I love the size of it. I love the legs. The turned legs are beautiful. I love the shape of the like side panel boards. I don't know what those are called, but I do love the like scalloped edge and the special little trim that's in there. I think that is really sweet and precious. And it has a drawer on the front, and this drawer is perfectly functional. It works really well and there's nothing wrong with it. And I actually do like the hardware. It has seen better days and it needs a new life brought into that hardware. And there is also some wear and tear on this dresser. In particular, this back corner, the right back corner is almost entirely chewed off. That wasn't from my sister, she bought it this way. It looks like it was maybe chewed by a dog or something of that nature, so that corner definitely needs to be repaired. After some investigation, I have discovered that this is not solid wood, it is particle board that is veneered and then painted. So we are gonna have to paint this for the most part, but I don't have any like inspo, but I do have a vision. I do have a vision percolating here. I'm thinking a dark top with a lighter bottom, reusing some paint that I already had, and I'm thinking we change the color of the hardware, mayhaps, and I think that will like to new life, and we can get this in under a budget using very little materials. And I'm not gonna break out any like real tools for this. I really think I can accomplish this with a bucket of paint and a dream. I'm just gonna go in with some warm water and soap and really give it a good scrub to get away any excess debris or anything that is left on it. I've had this in my parking spot for a couple of days, so I just wanna make sure I don't have any like gunk on it before we can really see the damage and do any repairs.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak. Stronger than what you think.
So while I was cleaning, I gave everything a good look, and really this corner, when we took a bite out of, she's really the only spot that really needs any real mending. Everything else looks good. I've never repaired something like this before, and I wouldn't really know where to start, but I'm gonna try an epoxy trick, using epoxy to seal this corner. I've seen it work really well, and because I'm painting this, I don't need it to match the wood. My alternative to the epoxy was to get like a corner brackets for it, like metal, like fancy, maybe like filigreed, or I like to call them flouncy, but like pretty corner mounts that would hide this whole thing. But I think I want to try the epoxy first and see if we can make a nice little corner here. And we'll see. I've never done this before, and I mildly Googled it. So we'll see how it turns out. We're going with our gumption on this one. Before I break into the epoxy, Also, I don't know what that sound is. I'm so sorry, we're outside. I'm gonna try to make like a little thing to go on the bottom here. Just out of this scrap cardboard. This is cardboard from a box of cat food, I think. And I'm just gonna cut into it and kind of make a, not a shelf, but yeah, kind of like a shelf for the epoxy to sit under so it's flat and it stops it and it doesn't like run. And I get a nice edge here, like this. Yeah, that seems right. Gonna cut a notch into it just so it really sits really snug, I think. And I can get it, yeah. And it will sit here on the corner and throw some tape on it. Yeah. And then so it will fill in flat. Ooh, I think it's working. Okay, take my painter's tape. Probably gonna need a few pieces of this, huh? It's working! Okay, okay, okay. My confidence is building. Give it the old double chin tuck in under. Oh, I think this part is making it worse. A leaf cut maybe? Oh yeah. I'll bring you in real close so you can see like it's sitting here like a little shelf. So the epoxy will be flat here when I pour it. That's good. Now I have to make like the corner out of some tape so that I can just fill it, not pour it, but fill the gap, and it will make a nice little corner for me that I can sand to the exact shape I want. Fear this is the tricky part. I'm gonna like little tape walls. I think I can use the sticky side. Maybe I need to make a little dam. Okay, yeah. My theory is if I get this part right, the rest will be easier. Gonna err on the side of too big so that I can sand it down, but I also don't want to like be sanding forever. Oh god. Just gonna kind of use my knife not to cut anything, but to like flatten things in there and really make sure everything is like nicely sealed. Epoxy doesn't leak out, hopefully. Oh, there's a hole. Okay. And then bring the two, oh yeah, that's way easier. And then bring the two together. Oh, cute, that makes a nice little corner. Okay, that's the way to do it, guys, is the two pieces. Yeah, and now I just gotta make sure it's tall enough. Yeah, buddy. It's working. Sometimes it just takes a couple of tries, you know? Sometimes you just gotta give it a couple of goes. And who knows, maybe this won't work, but at least I will have a solid attempt under my belt, and I can tell you what went wrong, hopefully. You can see in here, this is where I'm gonna pour the epoxy. I've made myself a little tent. It kind of curves, so it's weird. There's actually more underneath here that you can't see, but I've made it so that the tape comes up above, so it's taller than it. You see, you can see it better at this angle. See how the top is higher so that I can kind of overfill it and have it level out where it needs to be. I actually might need another piece right here just to make sure I have that ability to overfill. See, you guys are always helping me. There we go. And it makes like a little dam. So I'm gonna use the LePage Speed Set Epoxy. It says it's the set time of 5 minutes. It says it's the instant mix, no measuring or mixing. It looks like it's just like two little tubes that come out and then set. And it has the precision nozzle, which is what I wanted, so I can get it right into that little tiny hole and it can fill everything. But let me read. Work area surface should be clean, dry, and free of grease and oil. Rough and smooth surface, it's already, yeah. Remove plastic cap from center of plunger. Turn the nozzle end up. Pull plunger back slightly. Okay, so I'm assuming that's this part. Remove plastic cap from center of plunger. How do you remove plastic cap? Oh, is it this? Is this the plastic cap? Yes. Move that from center of plunger. Turn nozzle end up and pull the plungers back slightly. Plungers are back, allowing an air bubble to rise to the top. Oh, maybe it does mean this. Ow! Okay. I cut myself, but it's okay. Okay, pulling plungers back slightly to allow an air bubble to rise. I'm seeing an air bubble. An air bubble is happening. I'm doing it injured, friends. Snap off and discard the end of the syringe. Okay, I did. Insert nozzle opening past prongs. This bad boy? I see. Oh, I want to use my teeth so badly for this part. I think it just gets a little twist. Okay, lock, rotate 90 degrees to lock. Oh, slay. She's locked and loaded, friends. Locked and loaded. There is an air bubble. Depress plunger to dispense equal parts of hardener and resin directly into surface to be filled or bonded. Remove and discard nozzle and wipe syringe tip immediately. Retract plunger slightly and close with cap provided. Oh, this is the cap. Okay, place objects together within 4 minutes. Okay, here, we're moving quickly here, friends. We're moving quickly. I'm putting this in my pocket and we're moving. Oh, here it goes. I'm erring on the side of overfilling, tapping it. Hopefully that gets it all the way down into the bottom. I don't have very long. It does seem like I get a second shot. And then I guess this is garbage, unfortunately. epoxy is curing. It's looking good, but it does need to cure. I want to let it sit for like 20-30 minutes before I start sanding it. We can work on the hardware here. This has definitely seen better days, and I think it just needs to come off. It's a weird screw, like it's a small square. So I brought out my pack, and hopefully we can get it off. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to, but oh, nice. Okay, great. This does fit. Oh, this is actual brass. Oh, this is an actual brass handle, guys. Look what I found. Oh my goodness, look. It says brass, $6.95. So this was an actual brass handle. Oh, that changes my plans, I think. I wonder if I can clean this up. It's in pretty rough shape. Huh. I wonder if I can brasso it and what it will look like. Okay, I was gonna spray paint it, but I think I'm actually gonna see if I can scrub it up. Okay, I'm gonna set us up to do that. I wanna see what it looks like first before I cover it in a spray paint. Amazing. I gotta go get my brasso. Change of plans. I got me some brasso. This is very interesting. Okay. Instead of spray painting it first, we can always spray paint it if this doesn't work out. I'm gonna go in with a product that's called, it's just brasso. It's a metal polish. I use this on all of my like antique brass stuff. I really love brass. So let's see if we can put this bad boy on. Oh, I've got the wrong hand. It's just, this is my hand with my cut. Put a layer of this on. Oh yeah. Okay, let me bring you guys in. This is working. So look at where the brasso hasn't been, and then look at what it's doing. Watch. You rub this in. It's getting all that tarnish off. Oh, it's beautiful under here. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. I'm so glad I noticed that. It's like a treasure. This is insane. I had no idea it was actually brass. I don't think Paige knew either. It looked like it was like they bought this, someone who had this before bought this handle and added it. It's coming to life. I like the look of the little bits of patina that are left. I'm not gonna go in anymore, I don't think. Wow. All right, coming off that amazing discovery, I'm gonna start sanding this little guy away and just do a good scuff sand on the top. I'm using chalk paint on the bottom, so I don't really need to sand it down there, so I'm not worried.
All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Okay, to start painting, to do the legs and stuff, I'm actually just gonna flip this so that it's like top side down, and we'll do the top after, and we'll paint the whole bottom. But I'm just gonna flip it on the table, and that's just gonna make life way easier for me, I think. Yeah. I always debate painting the insides of things, but I don't know. I don't think so. Not this time. Cat hair everywhere. So you guys are actually going to recognize this paint if you've been watching my channel the last little while. This is the Bear Farmhouse White, and we used this recently in another furniture makeover. And it's really just a really pretty off-white color. And I'm gonna use this with this like chalk paintbrush. It's a round, stiff brush that I had troubles with paint strokes last time, so I thought I would see if I could invest in this. This brush cost me $20, but chalk paint washes out really well. I'll be able to use it many, many, many times. I'm just gonna load up the brush. I'm just going to keep going and zone out and put a little podcast on, maybe listen to a little bit of music and enjoy. I love painting, so I'm gonna enjoy this time. This is my relaxation. This is my favorite way to relax. I always find a good amount of zen when I'm doing projects. I don't know, especially ones where I'm outside and I can really work on stuff. I really just love being one with the project and getting into it, really being able to just like channel all my focus into one thing. It's a nice little escape. this project to bed last night, I was feeling really good about it. That first couple of coats of the chalk paint on the bottom are looking really crisp and really clean. It did what I wanted it to do, livened it up, made it just look fresh and nice again. I spent this morning taping off and putting on the first coat of our color. It's a color, it's black. On the bottom, like the inside bottom edge of the top, I wanted that to also be dark because you don't really see it, but you do see it, and I will see it, and I want to know. I think that will be like the cleanest look to make the whole top piece look like it's black. This Painter's Touch Ultra Cover Premium Latex Paint in gloss black, because it is a blue based black. I wanted a blue black. I wanted it to kind of be like the darkest navy possible without being black, and this is as close as I could get at my hardware store, which also happened to be in the clearance section. So this whole can of paint is normally $40. Your girl got it for $20. Bum, bum, bum. So that's very exciting. So I didn't have to pay full price for this. It was only $20, which is very exciting to me. I'm gonna do at least 2 coats on this edging before I flip the table, but I have something I'm going to talk to you guys about. I have these like trim pieces that we used for a project. Oh my goodness, last year was one of the first DIY projects I did. I like put these trim pieces on one of my closet doors, and then we painted it. We colored wrenched it in green. It was really pretty. But that like leans really mid-century modern, and I'm gonna be so for real with you guys. I'm not really a mid-century modern girl. I like it, like I think it's cute, but it's just like, I like the stars in the moon, like that sort of stuff. So I pried off some of these, and I'm gonna repaint those closet doors, but I pried off this trim to reuse it, and I wanna put this trim on the top of the table and kind of create like it's a big coffee table, and kind of make like not like a picture frame, but like a barrier in between it all. Do you know what I'm saying? So that there's like edge, trim, and then center space. I think that's gonna add a really pretty like extra detail and make it like a little bit more special and upscale and add a little je ne sais quoi. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this on top of this and like measure with my heart, you know? Like when you're baking, you measure with your heart. Should I be measuring with my heart? No. Will I be measuring with my heart? Yes, of course. Okay, and then one of these. I just need one. Oh, I think that's gonna be cute. How close is it? It's just about 3 inches, I think. Just about 3. It's pretty close. It's pretty close to being perfect. I am gonna just like very rough and dirty mark this. It's not perfect. It's 50 wide off 3 inches. That was my fault. There's a smarter way to do this. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of mark off 3 inches in each direction. It's not gonna be perfect because this isn't perfectly square, so I'm not like fretting too hard about it. Yeah, like this isn't 50, this is a little short, so it's not gonna be perfect, which is fine. I'm okay with it not being perfect. Not everything can be perfect, and you know what? And honestly, from one perfection to perhaps another, it's not always worth it. Sometimes you do. Sometimes it's worth it for it not to be perfect, and that you get a better result that way. I find that when perfection gets in the way of good, that's when it becomes no longer helpful or useful. Especially, like, there's some things that in life that do require perfection, but not, most things don't. Most things just require them to be good and for you to be happy. It's close enough. Okay, let's mark it. All right, I'm gonna take my marked pieces and I'm going to very quickly run them through my saw, and we can start installing and wood filling these to the actual coffee table. I forgot what it was called for a second. Oh, I think this is gonna look really cute. I think that's enough futzing. I lost my pen. Where'd it go? Guys, what'd you do with it? Oh, got it. Okay, I'm gonna quickly just do some marks. I have the tape, but they didn't line up right with the tape. It's all getting painted over. So I'm gonna quickly mark off some edges here for me, because I'm gonna take this tape off and I'm gonna wood glue down to the table and to the trim so that it sticks and we can nail it down after. Oh. No, 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 no. Oh no. My entire pot of paint just spilled. What do? I just leave it, right? Oh no. Okay, you guys, I am being so for real when I tell you I'm dipping into this puddle. Like, I am dipping into this puddle of paint and I'm using it because I don't want to waste all this damn paint. I'm using floor paint and I know there's probably a million reasons not to, but I'm just gonna do the edges, at least use it for something, you know what I mean? I have to, there's so much. That whole puddle down there, yeah. That's how much I spilled. After my big rant about like perfectionism and oh, it doesn't need to be perfect as long as it works. Perfect segue into, well, if you spill your paint on the ground, you might as well use it. This blue-black is really pretty though. I quite like it. I'm just gonna paint this, fix a couple of my little mistakes, and then we're gonna do final review. Because I can't have anything else go wrong. I've reached my limit, I think, for this project, so I just want to get her done. I'll see you guys in the final review. I know it's gonna look beautiful. Here it is.
Feet up on the dash and the calling open road. Road trip classics on the radio. With your hand tied in mine, there's no such thing as time. Now we can go anywhere you wanna go.
All right, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I am past the paint spill. It threw me, and you know what? I left it in because that is like the reality of a project sometimes is things happen and it's okay to like not be okay. So I left that in there to show you guys that I did finish it. I really couldn't be on camera. I just needed to like mentally process what was going on, but I am so pleased with how it turned out. All the trials and tribulations of this one were just so fun. I know this was a little bit of a longer video. I just had so much footage to share with you guys and I wanted to make sure I left as much in as I could. There was tons of experimentation and tons of just like beginner like aches and pains, but also a lot of joy. So I wanted to leave it all in there for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I will see you next Sunday like always. If you liked this video, please give it a like down below. And if you liked me, please consider subscribing. I'm happy to have you here. I make new DIY related videos every Sunday. I'll see you next week. Bye.